Deuteronomy 24:20. Ki tachbot zetecha lo tefarer acharecha lager layatom velaalmana yehye. So you might have just heard this if you watched the previous video. We've got the same phrase here that we saw in the previous video, but in a much shorter version. Here we have a key again that we're going to refer to as when. So this is a little bit separate scenario, but related to harvesting. This time it is when you beat out your olive tree. And so zait is an olive tree. Here's the 2ms pronominal suffix. Notice it is singular with this schwa here. So that's the singular noun 2ms pronominal suffix. So your olive tree. But again, I think here singular could be referring to beating out several olive trees, or this time of harvest of beating out the olive trees. So here, when you beat out. Here we have a call imperfect 2ms. Verbal root is chet, bait, tet. And notice here the O vowel for the call, but unlike tick, toll, you might think of, oops, that was a bad tav. That's an even worse tav. Let's try again. Tick, toll may not be much better, but we're going to go with it. Tick, toll. Notice this I vowel, this hieric in the paradigm. Now we get an A. This is under the influence of the one guttural. So just a little bit of a one guttural morphology there. Sometimes this schwa will flip to a composite vocal. Here it doesn't, and chet often is like that. But even when it doesn't flip to that composite vocal schwa, you still get the change in the preformative vowel. So tachbot right here. Next we get the negation. You shall not search the branches. This word here is a hapax legomenon. It only occurs here. And the verbal root is understood by helat and dch to be pa'ar. We've got a pl, imperfect 2ms, and it means to search through the branches. And so the idea here is you shall not search through the branches after you, 2ms pronominal suffix. And so this would be something like, you shall not search through the branches after yourself. In other words, you've gone through it once, you can't go through it again. And then we get this familiar phrase, let me get rid of that, to the sojourner, to the orphan, and to the widow it shall be. And here the third masculine singular verb imperfect call, haya. I think the it is referring generically to that the set of gleanings from the olives.